Hello class, my name is Nolan Sweeney. I am an exercise science major, and this semester I did my 200-hour internship at All Good Fitness downtown here in Corpus Christi. A little bit of information about All Good Fitness is it is located on People Street, downtown Corpus, hence the name All Good Fitness downtown. It is a 24/7 access gym, so when you sign up for a membership, you just get a little swipe-in card, and that gives you full access to all the weights, the saunas, the locker rooms, any hour of any day. Personal training does not come with the membership. However, it's very easy to sign up for, and trainers' hours are very flexible, so it could be anywhere from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. if that's what you needed. A thing I really liked about this gym is that it's a pretty casual feel. There's not a lot of intimidating presences that go to this gym. It's just your average business men and women come in the middle of the day or after work or before work who just care about staying healthy and staying fit, and it just gives the gym itself a really good vibe. Going into this internship, the biggest objective or takeaway I wanted to get from these 200 hours was to learn how to train clients one-on-one. And I absolutely got tons of great experience doing that. I learned more than I expected to, and now that I've finished my 200 hours, I actually got hired on, and it's something that I do every single day now. I love it, and I really feel like this internship prepared me and made me a far better trainer than I would have been if I was just thrown right into a full-time role. The second thing I have listed here, and it's actually my favorite thing that I learned how to do, was train clients in a group setting. I did not expect this going into the internship. I did not expect to learn how to train clients in a group setting. It's not something that had really ever crossed my mind, but I'm so glad that I learned it. I've found that it's more fun for me, especially if you can get a consistent group together who come at the same time each day. It just feels like a team effort. You build up a camaraderie, and it just has a really fun feel to it. Also, as trainers, typically, if you're training groups, you'll make a little bit more than when you're training clients one-on-one, and so that's obviously a great added bonus. But above that, I've just learned that it's tons of fun, and it's actually my favorite way to train people now. And then the final two objectives that I really took away from this internship was learning how to keep clients happy and motivated, as well as learning how to work with each client's individual needs. And they really kind of go hand in hand. You need to figure out each and every single one of your clients and what motivates them, what makes them want to work harder, what unmotivates them, what pushes them away from the gym. And you just find the balance of what really works for them according to their individual needs. For example, I have a client who has diabetes, and I'll actually explore that a little more in a couple of slides, but it was a learning curve having to monitor her while she's going through a workout, especially because she trains in a group, and so typically everyone's going through the same workout with some modifications, but it's important to know her specific needs and make sure that the workout has appropriate modifications for her. And so that was just an awesome takeaway from this as well. My best and most rewarding overall experience from this internship would definitely be seeing one of my clients go from 26% body fat to 19% body fat in just the 3 months that I did my internship there. In this picture, you can actually see it's the gal in the red tank top. She's an incredibly hard worker, and it was just awesome to see when someone puts their mind to it and they have a good workout program, just the results they can achieve. What's really cool is that she actually has lost over 100 pounds. So her journey began before I started my internship there, but she still has been just as motivated and working just as hard as ever. And she's been one of the most fun clients to train, and it's just been a super rewarding and awesome experience. The most difficult or most challenging experience I came across in this internship was definitely learning how to train one of my clients who has type 2 diabetes. It was just a learning curve having to really monitor her throughout the entire workout to make sure to look for any signs and symptoms that she's starting to get really fatigued, that her blood sugar is getting too low, and just making sure before we start working out that she feels fine, that she's eaten the correct amounts and the correct types of foods, that she's taken her medicine, and that she's just checked all her bases before we even start the workout. We also warm her up a little bit differently. We warm her up slower and just gradually get her into the workout. What was challenging is she typically comes in with a group, so it's not just a one-on-one session, but while I'm training other clients, I have to really keep an eye on her. So it was just a learning curve, having to be able to multitask and train a group as well as her, as well as just keeping an eye on her symptoms and just making sure that she's feeling healthy and feeling perfectly functioning and just ready to go. Two things that I would do differently if I could start over this internship would be, well, the first one would be I would take more time to enjoy the experience rather than treating it as work. So the first 2 weeks I did my internship, it was unpaid. However, my boss really liked what he saw from me, so he went ahead and started paying me to show up. For whatever reason, that kind of switched my mind into a mode where I just treated it as work rather than just this awesome learning experience that I get to be a part of. And so if I could go back, I would, and just take advantage and just realize that it's primarily a learning experience and it's just an added blessing that I get to get paid for it. Another thing I would have done is I would have followed some more of our trainers and just tried to get some cues and some tips on how they train their clients. But what I did instead is I just followed our boss for the entire time, which was great. He's the most seasoned trainer. He sees the best results. I would, if I started over, if I went back, I would still follow him primarily because he really does know what he's doing, but I would also try to follow some other trainers as well. Some of the most important professional lessons I learned, one of them I learned right off the bat, and it was just this very difficult client that we had. She was always very rude and kind of aggressive towards my boss and even me at times. And my boss had approached her about it many times, and she just was unwilling to change. So after weeks of this, he just professionally and respectfully asked her to no longer be one of his clients, and so she parted ways, and they parted ways. And then another one is, as a trainer, it's really easy to work a lot of hours. It's something where you need to work a lot of hours to really be successful, but my boss has really stressed that yes, you want to work a bunch of hours, however, you don't want to overdo it to where you dread coming to work. You want to be able to grind and work really hard, but you also want to leave some free time to take care of yourself and to enjoy life. And so those are definitely the two biggest professional lessons I would say I took away.